Good afternoon, this is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, September 19th, 2018. You know, it's interesting when we think about what we are, and when you realize that we are eternal loves. So we are eternal loves, L-O-V-E-S. And that's what we are. And it's interesting that no one's ever used that, you know, as a label. Humanity is so always has labels, names, and everything. And sometimes the names can get misconstrued. On my Time for Change call tonight, we'll get in a little bit of that, discuss it. But when we look at the Ascended Masters, such as Saint Germain, and Saint Germain makes a statement in his latest mediumship communication, I intend to connect with other Lightworkers and send Mother, Father, God's love to everyone on Gaia, and hollow and inner earth to our galactic families, Gaia and all her kingdoms, in the company of heaven, for everyone's most benevolent outcome and their highest good, with ease and grace. So be it, it is done. When we speak, it generates and enacts power, energy. So there really isn't a need for confirmation, because when we speak, it is so. It always has been. So imagine, as you have a choice. You are at a river, okay, and you have two boats. You have one boat with oars. They don't have a motor on or anything. They've got this one boat has oars. The other boat doesn't have any oars. Now, if you are connected to your higher self, and you have a good relationship, a loving relationship with your higher self, it'd be interesting to see how many would say which boat they would take. Now, those that have an attachment to the physical, material world, and they're attached to it, and they would take the boat with the oars, so that because they could control where they would go in most cases. Now, if you choose the boat without oars, you are flowing. You are flowing with the universe and with life. You have the confidence within you that the boat's going to take you where you are supposed to be anyway. Now, the oar boat, your mind, okay, is an ego, right, is going to dictate to you on where to go. And you, with your arms and your strength and the oars, are going to fight the water. You're going to fight the river and the current to go a different direction. If you see a rock, or you see something else, or you get fearful, you're going to change course, obviously, of course. But to have the confidence that that boat without the oars will take you where you need to be. You don't know consciously, but the boat goes with the flow. The other boat goes against the flow because you're constantly changing direction. You want to get to this from point A to point B. You know, it's interesting because there's a conflict, because people say, well, you know, you should plan things. You got to plan things out. And a lot of people that you talk with who have planned, you know, painstakingly gone through plans and done this and done it, never seems to go according to plan. Why is that? Because the universe is guiding you, is directing you. And if we go with the flow, that's how we are going to end up in our true life path. You see, when the physical, the ego, and the mind, your consciousness, are the things that kind of play tricks on you. And of course, depending on what your thought process is, you begin to realize that your ego, your intentions are manipulated in a lot of cases. I'm sure you've all experienced that, right? And when we talk about not being in the past and not being in the future, but being in the present and now, everything, when we talked about yesterday, I wanted to comment on this. Everything in the now, everything living in the now, everything's happening. The past, the present, the future, everything. It's all happening in the now, period. So just to clarify that. You live in the now, you stay focused on who you are, where you're at in the now, period. When I say to come in, as I will say today, where you find a place in your life that you've experienced relaxation, it isn't the actual going back in life, it's the moment that you can recreate for yourself that you were in during that time period that allowed you to relax. So you can create it in the now. That's what you're doing. You're creating it in the now, even though it had happened to you in a past time. But you're creating it in the now, in the moment. You're not going, back in time and traveling back in time and reliving that life experience. You're creating it anew, period. So today, think about this. Going with the flow, meditation. When you go with the flow, a lot of things you don't know. You have to, you generate the confidence with your higher self. Father, God, Father, which is we are all the children of Father God, Mother God, the feminine energy. When we say Father, Mother, Mother is the feminine, Father is the masculine. It is one source creation. So when you begin to understand that when you go with the flow, the universe feels you. You send out from your heart mind what your desire is, what your want is, where you want to go, where you desire to go. And the universe picks up on this and it sends you into those directions. You just have to have confidence. And a lot of people don't. They don't have that confidence. They become fearful. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh my goodness. Okay. What if I get injured? And all these thoughts are creating events before you even go with the flow, before you even get started. So if you do go with the flow, you've already laid some groundwork on things to occur that you aren't aware that you created, because every single thing that you generate creates. You can't get away from it. Every single thing you generate creates. Every single thought creates. Every feeling creates. That's why I always talk about being the master. So, in today's meditation, we are going to go with the flow. So go to the area where you're most comfortable and not going to be interrupted, and you probably already are there, and relax. And if you choose, just create a time where you feel you can relax. Create it in the moment, in the now, so that you can be relaxed. And as you relax, you're going to breathe. And as I talk, this is what you're doing. You're going to breathe through your nostrils. You're going to exhale. You're going to breathe in through the nostrils and exhale through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, you are breathing in divine, positive energy, positive flow. You're flowing. It's like you've got a lazy river and you're in a boat, and just like I described, and you're just flowing along. And you have confidence, and you're protected, and you know that you will go where you need to go. Where the universe directs you, you will feel it, and you will think it. These processes will give you the opportunity to just relax. Don't fight the current, just let it take you. And this energy coming in is empowering. It's enforcing, and you begin to understand that that is our existence in the physical world. But we don't fight anything, we just let it go. And we breathe in that positive energy of phenomenal health and riches and wealth and prosperity and all of that stuff, all of it is ours already. It's ours already. And as you breathe out, breathing out things that in the moment, in the now, that you are thinking about, contemplating, and right in the now we worry and we stress and we fear and we have all these things that we're dealing with and all these thoughts and emotions and things that are coming and going. It's just like the tide comes in and the tide goes out. And the best way that I have found is to face those feelings, to face those thoughts, and to embrace them and to fill them with eternal love. Fill them with eternal love. Embrace them all. And you communicate with them, you address them, you acknowledge them, and you walk through them. So as you do this, you begin to breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, you hold it 1001, 1002, 1003 if you haven't already done that, and then you exhale. You want 3 to 6 times. Hopefully all of you have done that already. So now we take our trip, our journey within, and we go through the heart center, the heart mind. And as we go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in the heart mind. We become more at peace. We feel a much stronger, more powerful eternal love. And we come to an area that we're surrounded all around us and above us in the golden white pink light, prime source creator God's eternal love, emerald green flaming healing light, and the purple transmuting flame. This is all glowing and glittering and reflecting all around us. And it's vibrating. We can feel the warmth of it. As we do that, we look and we see our higher self and immediately join our higher self, and we become one. And we're all in communication with our higher selves and each other's with the permission of each higher self and each inhabitant of the planet. So as we do this, we all join hand in hand, arm in arm, and we begin to rise above the planet. As we rise, we call in all light beings of love and from love, of eternal love and from eternal love. All light beings from this planet, Gaia, Earth, Terra Christa, all of the planets in the solar system, all of the galaxies and all of the universes. Call upon all the light beings of love and from love to join us in this meditation. And we feel them come in as our circle brightens immensely. And then we call in all the archangels, all of the angels, the cherubim, seraphim, of love and from love to join us in this meditation. We call upon the ascended masters. We call upon sprites and the fairies. We call upon inner earth and hollow earth. We call upon all of the loved ones who have passed over of love and from eternal love to join us in this meditation. As we float up, we rise and we rise, and we are immediately encased in a perfect sphere of the golden white pink light, the emerald green flaming healing light, and the purple transmuting flame. The only thing that can penetrate this sphere is Prime Source Creator God's eternal love. So as we rise, We see our meditative sphere holding all of our meditations, and we see the beautiful golden white pink light, the emerald green flaming healing light, and the purple transmuting flame, all housing the meditations in perpetual motion. Again, it reflects, it glitters, it glows. You can feel the intensity of the eternal love. We feel the rain come down on our heads. We feel it saturate our bodies from head to toe. And we begin to just flow our energy unobstructed, our kindness, our caring, our confidence. We are saturated with no fear. Our fears are melted away. Our confidence in our higher self, our confidence in our journey. We are already set. We've already set our journey. So we flow. We go with the flow. All inhabitants of the planet Earth go with the flow. They don't fight things within themselves. They have the confidence that they are heading to their destination. And their destination is literally eternal love. See, we are all eternal love, and our destination is eternal love. So we see and feel this, and the eternal love guides us and directs us. Our higher selves guide us. We allow that. If we can step out of our own way and allow that to be, and allow it to happen. Because this way, we are not bottlenecking and backing up things. We feel this. You can feel this energy. You can feel its waves across the planet, throughout the solar system, throughout the galaxies, throughout the universes. You feel this going with the flow and not fighting things, not arguing with yourself. Because you love your eternal self. You love you. You have your eternal self, and you have you. And this is a beautiful relationship that is bonded by Creator Source God, Prime Source Creator God, Father, Mother God. This is what we are. This is all that we are. So we literally know that when we step into that boat without the oars, we just float effortlessly. We are guided. We are guided by the currents. We're guided by our eternal love. We are guided. And a lot of the times we fight that guidance, and we cause ourselves to go off path and to off into different directions. We bang into trees, and we get waylaid, and we get held up because of that. So you feel this energy and floating and flowing, and you have the confidence of and the peace of you are eternal love. Your destination is eternal love. All that we are is eternal love. So when you begin to immerse yourself in that and you fully accept that, all this other stuff has really no meaning. You are eternal love, and your journey is headed to eternal love. It's all we are. It's all that will ever be is eternal love. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll be back to close us out. when you acknowledge and interact with going with the flow, remember yesterday we were concentrate on staying in the now, and your confidence increases, your awareness increases. Most of your fears aren't fears anymore. Your direction, your clarity increases. You become more one with yourself, and you are free. And when you flow, you're free. But when you don't flow, and you fight the current, and you try to redirect and go this way and go that way, what happens is that you create conflict. You create misery. You create stress. You create tension. Think about that. Review it with yourself in the now, on the very moment you're in, and what you're actually creating for yourself. And when you do that, you emit. You're constantly emitting. We have literally over 60,000 thoughts every day, and plus, 60,000 plus. And when you do this, you're creating. Think about that. That's energy. You are eternal love. You are literally sending out energy nonstop, 24/7. Every microsecond, you're sending energy. And so when you fight things, and when I'm talking about fighting is in the moment, is when you get a thought, and the thought comes in, and then you extend the thought, and then you have a feeling or emotion, but everything becomes miscombobulated. It becomes confusing because so much is coming in. And then you realize that you're eternal love, and you have confidence, and you don't get in your own way. You stop obstructing your path. We, in the physical, have a tendency to try to obstruct ourselves and to deter ourselves from completion of our journey many times. So we become more entrenched and interfering with our direction, period. And that's always in the now. There's something for you to think about as you master and as you rise and as you become more aware of things, as things become more apparent to you and clearer. Because remember something, this world that we're currently in is not going to be here. It is going to be gone. And all the things happening, all the stuff going on, will no longer be. It will no longer be. It won't even be an interest to us. And as you become, and you rise, and you start seeing clearer from outside, not inside looking out, but outside looking in, then you see the whole picture. You see how nonsensical so many things are. You begin to realize how superfluous things are, and how time-consuming they are, that serves us no purpose. So, I wish through Prime Source Creator God, eternal love of phenomenally super powerful riches, wealth, health, abundance, prosperity, complete happiness, joy, bliss, contentment, confidence, without ego, and flowing. You flow. You flow with your thoughts. You flow with your feelings through your heart, mind. You flow. You ever met people like that? I'm sure some of you have. Where they're like effortless. It just doesn't seem to be a stressful bone in their body. They seem to just flow with confidence. That's knowing you. That's what it's about. Knowing you. So we'll be back here at 3 p.m. Thursday on September 20th, 2018. And tonight is a Time for Change call. at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line.